Hey guys, so I am cooking some pork riblets today. I'm just gonna probably put them under the broiler with some homemade barbecue sauce. So I thought I would show you because this is something that Bajans seem to like a lot. So I got these from Jordan Supermarket. A riblet, or as they call it, I guess it is probably imported. Basically a big set of rib bones, bare bones, and a little bit of meat on top of it. You can look at it and see what I mean. Got my counter dirty. I'll clean that up in a minute. And I also made some sea moss today. I've been going almost a week without sea moss and I feel like so weak, but I also had a really rough week. But yeah, so anyway, I've got some water over here that is gonna boil, and into this water, see what's happened to this garlic powder is get a little air and then it's turned into rocks. So I gotta beat them. Alright, use the big side, pour some of that in the water. As you can see, I have the water pretty wet because I'm just using water to cover the riblets. And then also to the water, I'm just gonna add some adobo. I'm not overdoing it with the spices. This is just water to boil them, get them cooked, and then we re-season them, and then we put sauce on them. The adobo has in salt, so I'm going to put a little bit enough of that. I don't have to actually salt the water, but you could also just salt the water. And you just put in some garlic in there to make sure that any rawness or whatever, there won't be a flavor like that. All right. I'm gonna put them to boil now. You can see the water they're simmering, and I try to clean them a bit, but I'm gonna clean off the bottoms of them, like remove anything that I don't like this little bit of fat in here and stuff. I'm gonna really remove that properly when they're finished boiling. This one at least has some meat on it. That one's small. Yeah, and I'm going to cover this now and leave this for about 30 minutes. The ones that are fully immersed in the water are going to cook faster, so about halfway through I'm going to take these ones that are on top and I'll put them underneath. So it's about 15 minutes gone, and when you stab it, the juices are running pretty clear and the meat is tender enough that the knife is going through. So I might not do the full 30 minutes. I might do 25 minutes instead. See, the bone already starting to come out because the ribs are behind the loin, and the loin is usually tender. The meat is tender, so it might not need too much. But I do like for the gristle to get a little bit soft. So we'll see. I might still keep it for the half hour. I'll let you know. Alright. So the time is up. I ended up doing the full half an hour. Got like 3 minutes left. I'm going to turn it off now. And as you can see, it's created a really lovely rich stock. Something perfect for making ramen. And I tasted it. It's not too salty, but it does have salt. And I've got some things to do, so I'm just going to turn this off now and leave this to rest, and I'll get back to it in a bit. Okay guys, so I've taken the stock. I've got a bay leaf in there, can't really see it. I've got some onions in there and some garlic, and those are just little broccoli florets that fell off when you push them off the cutting board, because I'm going to be putting some cut up broccoli in here, but not yet. And this is the stock. I added some water to it, and I'm just going to be making some ramen with this. Cover that over. I actually am going to get a piece of ginger and put in there as well. And then over here though, I've cut the ribs up into what you would call more manageable pieces. And then in my bowl I've got some ketchup. If you use a ketchup like Hunt's or Heinz that is very acidic, you can skip this. But I'm going to be adding, since this is Swiss ketchup, I'm going to be adding a little splash of cider vinegar to it just to enhance the sweet and sour nature. I'm going to be sprinkling a little salt directly on my ribs. which I'm going to rub in a minute. And then I'm going to be putting some toasted sesame oil directly into the ketchup. I've also got some ground flavor peppers. So if you have fresh flavor peppers, you just chop them up. But I've got some that I already put in the food processor and cut up, and I keep them in the fridge that I'm going to be adding to this. So there's the flavor peppers going in. These are not hot. They have a slight kick, but they're very flavorful. I guess hence the name, therefore flavor. Then I have some English mustard. I find nowadays this English mustard has gotten less potent. I like it when it used to be like have the horseradish taste, like how the fake wasabi taste that has got your nose burning. But I'm going to put some of that in there too. And then we just stir this up. So now we're just going to rub the salt in and then get the ribs in here. Get them coated, and then we're going to put them inside of the oven under the broiler on low, just for the sauce to stick on a little bit better. I've got my sauce rubbed on and some left back. I'm going to put these in the oven. To this one, I've tasted it. I'm going to add a little bit of salt now and a little bit of sugar, and this will be now a dipping sauce for the ribs here. Now, why did I add the salt and the sugar? You want to intensify the flavor of the dipping sauce compared to the sauce that's on the ribs. It was good, you could leave it as is, but by adding a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, it's going to intensify the flavor so that the sauce is a bit more moorish. So many ways to make sauces. Could put liquid smoke in it, all kind of different stuff. But this one, I like the idea of using the sesame oil and adding that little Asian flair. So I hope you guys try it, and I hope you enjoy it. Don't want the bay leaf to be too strong, so I took it out. I added some slices of ginger, and now I'm adding my ramen. The ginger was in there a little bit to get some flavor out of them first. Now adding the ramen. And when the ramen is almost done, then we add the broccoli. And what other vegetables, if you have some bok choy, that would be good. And then because my sauce has the sugar granules, I rest it in the microwave in order to get it to melt down a bit. So these are looking lovely and browning up nicely. I'm just going to turn them. Broiler on low. You could also have baked these at a high heat. But if you're going to bake them at a high heat, you can boil them for less time if you want, and then actually just bake them longer. It's all kind of different ways to cook, guys. All different kind of ways to cook. That looks about ready. Okay guys, so here we have it. We finished our pork ribs. And we have our ramen over here with the ribs inside. So this is a great way to use over the stock in order to make something else that's really good. I just use normal ramen from the pack and put in the soup and finish with broccoli. Just make sure to turn off the stove once you put in the broccoli so the broccoli doesn't overcook. And I'll give you a close-up. You can see the sauce is very mild and light looking, but it's packed with flavor, especially because of that mustard and that sesame oil. It's got a little bit of nuttiness. It's just really good. So I hope you guys try it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye. I ain't gotta tell you, it lash.